We live in a world of screens, phones, computers, TVs. They connect us but also divide us. We text instead of talk. We like posts instead of sharing meals. In a world obsessed with virtual connections, have we forgotten the magic of real human interaction? This social experiment set in the heart of New York City aimed to answer that question. We wanted to see if music, the universal language, could bridge the gap between strangers in a digital age. Could a shared love for melody overcome the indifference of the modern world? We placed a grand piano in the middle of Times Square. No performers, no schedule, just a beautiful instrument and an open invitation: play me. Would anyone notice the piano amidst the chaos? Would they have the courage to share their music with the world? The answers were about to unfold in the most heartwarming way. The piano sat in silence, a stark contrast to the cacophony of Times Square. It was an unexpected sight, a lone instrument amidst the hustle and bustle of the city. People rushed by, eyes glued to their phones, oblivious to its presence. The digital world had captured their attention, leaving little room for the unexpected. Minutes felt like hours. Had we miscalculated? Was the allure of the digital world too strong? The piano remained untouched, a silent invitation waiting to be accepted. Then, a young woman approached the piano. Her steps were slow, almost hesitant, as if she was unsure whether she should accept the invitation. She was dressed in office attire, her shoulders slumped with the weight of a long day. The exhaustion was evident in her eyes, but there was a spark of curiosity. Hesitantly, she sat down and placed her fingers on the keys. The world around her seemed to pause, waiting for the first note. The first notes were tentative, hesitant. She played as if testing the waters, unsure of the response she would receive. A hush seemed to fall over the immediate surroundings as people paused, their attention drawn to the unexpected melody. The city noise faded into the background. The woman, lost in her music, didn't seem to notice the growing audience. Her fingers moved with increasing confidence, each note more assured than the last. Her music, a simple but heartfelt rendition of Amazing Grace, resonated through the square. It was a melody that spoke to the heart, transcending the noise of the city. It was a sound of raw emotion, a glimpse into the soul of a stranger. The music carried a story, one that words could not convey, and in that moment the digital world seemed to fade away. People put their phones away, captivated by the unexpected beauty of the music. The piano's silent invitation had finally been accepted. As the last notes faded away, applause erupted from the crowd, filling the room with a thunderous sound that echoed off the walls. The young woman, startled, looked up at the faces around her, her cheeks flushed with surprise and a hint of embarrassment. She had not expected such a warm reception. But the applause was encouraging, appreciative. It was as if the audience was saying, "We see you, we hear you, and we are with you." It was a shared moment of human connection, sparked by the power of music. The melody had woven an invisible thread that tied everyone together.
Emboldened by the woman's bravery, others felt compelled to share their own musical gifts. The atmosphere was electric with anticipation. A teenage boy, his backpack slung over his shoulder, approached the piano. His steps were hesitant, but his eyes shone with determination. He shyly confessed to knowing only one song, but the crowd's encouragement gave him the confidence to play. Their cheers were like a gentle push forward. His fingers danced across the keys, filling the air with the upbeat melody of Imagine by John Lennon. Each note seemed to carry a piece of his soul. People tapped their feet, some even singing along. The room was alive with a collective energy that was almost palpable. The barrier between strangers was dissolving note by note. It was as if the music had the power to erase all differences.
"I was so nervous," the boy admitted later, his voice trembling slightly. "But when I saw everyone smiling and singing along, it felt amazing." The joy in his eyes was unmistakable, like we were all connected somehow. In that moment, the room was filled with a sense of unity and shared humanity. As the day progressed, the piano became a magnet for human connection. People from all walks of life, a Wall Street executive, a homeless man, a group of tourists from Japan, took turns sharing their music. A young woman with vibrant pink hair belted out a powerful rendition of Respect by Aretha Franklin, her voice soaring above the city noise. An elderly gentleman, his eyes twinkling with nostalgia, played a soulful blues tune, his weathered fingers moving effortlessly over the keys. Each performance was unique, reflecting the diverse tapestry of human experiences. Yet there was a common thread that bound them together: the language of music. It transcended cultural differences, age barriers, and social divides, creating a sense of unity in the heart of the city. Between performances, conversations flowed easily among the strangers gathered around the piano. Stories were shared, laughter echoed, and connections were forged. The digital world, with its curated feeds and filtered interactions, seemed a million miles away.
I haven't felt this connected to people in a long time,
Shared a middle-aged woman, her eyes shining with emotion.
It's like the music opened up something inside of me and suddenly I wasn't afraid to talk to anyone.
We came here to take some cool pictures for Instagram, but this is way better than any social media post.
Confessed a college student initially glued to their phone. The experiment was a powerful reminder that beneath the digital facades we are all human beings yearning for connection, for shared experiences, for moments of genuine human interaction. As the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over Times Square, something truly magical happened. The crowd, now a mix of regular participants and curious onlookers, began to sing together. It started with a familiar tune, Lean on Me, and soon, voices of all ages and backgrounds blended in perfect harmony. There were no sheet music, no conductors, just the pure, unadulterated joy of creating music together. The sound was electrifying, a testament to the unifying power of music. It was a symphony of souls, a chorus of humanity rising above the noise and chaos of the city. In that moment we were reminded that even in a digital world, the human spirit yearns for connection, for harmony, for the shared experience of creating something beautiful together. The viral experiment in Times Square was more than just a social experiment. It was a moment of collective joy and unity. It was a powerful reminder of the things that truly matter in life, like connection, love, and community. It showed us that music has the power to break down barriers, to connect strangers, and to create moments of pure magic. It reminds us of our shared humanity, our common dreams, and our collective heartbeat. In a world that often feels increasingly isolating, where technology can sometimes create distance, we all crave that sense of belonging, that feeling of being part of something bigger than ourselves. Music, in its purest form, offers us that connection. It brings us together, no matter our differences. So, put down your phone, step away from the screen, and find your music. Join a choir, learn an instrument, or simply sing at the top of your lungs in the shower. And when you do, remember the magic that unfolded in Times Square, where strangers became friends through the universal language of music. Know that you are not alone. There is a whole world out there waiting to make music with you. Go out and find your tribe, those who resonate with your rhythm and share your passion. The world needs your music, your unique voice, and your spirit. There is a whole world out there waiting to make music with you. Go out and find your tribe. The world needs your music.